All right, guys, how are you doing? This is Lobo back with another video. I am gonna be doing the second part of my beginner tip video. I'm gonna dive into 6 good tips to finish this out. I plan on making other videos to elaborate on everything, so don't be patient and wait for other videos. Right now this is just a introduction to these ideas and tips to help your game experience and to help your progression go smoother and quicker. So I will be making more. As you can see right now, I am base 15 at the moment. I have been busy. The weekend does kind of drain a little bit. I don't really have a whole lot of time to make any extra videos, so I've just been progressing my base like normal. So anyway, so we're gonna get into it. All right, so the first one is donations. So what is donations? You're going to see your R4s and R5s talk to you guys about donating to the Alliance. Now, what that means is if you go to menu and you go to your Alliance button, you're going to see right down here, it's going to say technology. Now, what does donating to technology mean? Now, donating to technology means that you are going to be basically donating your resources. It could be electricity, it can be fuel. If you go to combat up here, right now it's on electricity. Every time you can see that this combat KPI is 3 out of 10, so it's going to keep going up until it gets maxed out at 10, and then it's going to just work its way down the tree. And as it works its way down the tree, you're going to see different buffs open up and be applied to the Alliance. Like this KPI one, right now it's increasing the gathering speed of all the members in the Alliance. So, as you can see, 6% is going to go up 2% after this is done. You can see it's not really going to, it's not going to give huge bonuses or buffs, but it's still going to help out. And in this game, every little buff helps out. So when you log in at reset, or whatever time the game resets on your time zone, you can see that this might be refreshed to 25 out of 25 down here, and this will be refreshed 0 out of 50, or sorry, 50 out of 50. So you're going to donate resources until that goes all the way down. So you can technically, if you're on point and if your game is strong and you're always on this and paying attention, you can donate a full 25 times. You can do that 3 times a day. The reason why is because it takes about 8.5 hours for the timer to go all the way up to 25, because every time you donate, the timer is going to go to start clicking, and it can go to 25 up to 3 times a day. So you can donate all that resources. So what does that do for you? That does, if you go to your store right here, if you get out of that tab and go to your store tab, this is the Alliance store. You can see the Alliance contributions points up here. So I have made myself 488,000. Every time you donate, you get points. Now these points are that you can use to buy items from your Alliance store, such as teleports, stones, speed ups, shields. If you go to this item list, this is pretty much the R4s and R5s have to replenish the stock, but this is pretty much everything that's allowed to put into the store. You can also get stuff like gathering bonuses, defense attack bonuses. So it's very, very useful. All I got to do is click this twice. I can buy pretty much 8-hour speed ups with what I have. So that's one benefit. The other benefit is that it just helps the Alliance. It helps the Alliance with buffs that can help production, that can help combat skills, and it's all around. Everybody's going to benefit from this. All right. So what we're going to go into is number 2. The second one that I want to talk about is saving electricity. So this is going to involve a bigger video to talk about this, but what you're going to do is, if you want to save electricity, right now I'm making 107 kilowatts an hour and I'm consuming 79 kilowatts an hour. So what I can do is, there's some of these buildings over here in this corner that's not really essential to have connected to the roads at all times in order for them to operate. So if I take this little bit of road and move it that way, all these buildings get cut off from electricity. So what that does is, if I go back to my electric tab, I am making 107 kilowatts an hour, and now I'm only consuming 73 kilowatts an hour. So the bigger number your building is, meaning the more power it has, the more power it's going to take from your electricity. Take for these barracks, for example, down here. I can take this bit of road away, and all these barracks will not have electricity. They still operate, and if you can notice, it's still being built. Okay, so even upgrading a building and taking it from the road is not going to cause it to stop. I go back to the electricity, it's only going to decrease just slightly because, these are only one buildings, and then I think my APC barrack is going to, let's say, level 6. So it's already not taking that much power anyway, but if once these do start taking a lot of power and electricity is being drained faster than I can fill up these power plants, it's going to help so that I don't have to fill up these power plants as often. Okay, so keep that in mind. This, like I said, there's going to be another video on this, but just keep in mind that all the resources buildings, all the storage buildings, your homes and banks, those are all going to be needed to be connected 24/7 for them to collect and operate. But there's a lot of buildings that don't need to. All right. And I will make another video in the future about that. So number 3, what I want to talk about is picking the right class for you. Now, what that means, what do I mean by that? So if just starting out, it's really kind of difficult to figure out what class you want to be. If you go to your class hall right here and type and click on the class, maybe around like base 6 or base 7, you're able to build this class hall and pick your class, but you have 3. You have the farmer, the raider, and the trader. Each one has different pros, as you can see by these blue icons down here, and then the cons, as you can see by the red icons. So let's start out with the farmer. So the farmer has more depot protection. If it gets raided, it's going to save its resources. So anybody that raids a farmer is not going to get a whole ton of resources as it would if it would raid a raider or raid a trader. All right. Also, when it's gathering, troop payload is going to be 100%. It's going to be double for between the other two classes. Okay. The only thing wrong with the farmer, though, is that troop damage is 30% when it's sieging. Troop defense is 30% down, and troop marching speed is 30% down. So in essence, farmer is not the best pick if you want to attack bases. It's a great pick to choose when you're first starting out, and once you get to maybe base 16, base 19, shoot, I've seen farmers as farther up to base 22 or 25. But it's good to start off with when it comes to collecting resources and producing resources as quickly as possible when starting out. Raider, as you can see, the troop payload when it's sieging, Raider is the obvious choice to pick when you want to be a main attacker, right? Because your payload from all the resources that you're going to get from a different base, 150%. Casualties is going to be less. Healing is going to be faster. But the only problem is that the production level is going to be crap. All right. So 30% less resource production, 30% less cash production. And when you're harvesting, as in gathering from, resources from the map, it's going to be 50% less. So just starting out, unless you're attacking 24/7, it's going to be very difficult to build your resources quickly enough as a raider. You're going to have to be very busy attacking other bases, and that's going to be an issue if your state has a NAP, as in a non-aggressive pact treaty, meaning that everybody's understood not to attack certain alliances depending on what everybody agrees on. Now, for me, I picked Trader. Starting out, I picked Trader mainly because the gold production, let's see here, gold production, or I'm sorry, cash is 50% greater than the other two. So starting out, gold is a real pain in the butt to get, okay, to produce. So Trader is great for gold. Also, food consumption between your troops is less. And Trading Hub is less, but the only problem is that when you are rated, you will lose 100% more resources than the other two. That doesn't mean you're going to lose every single resource that you have, but you're going to lose significantly more than the other two classes. And keep in mind, this is when rated by a raider. Also, your healing speed is significantly less. So pick what style works for you. If you just want to be farming all day long, if you want to be attacking all day long, or if you want to kind of just stay in the middle, but you're pretty susceptible to, getting attacked, because it's really awesome as a raider to attack a trader because you get much more resources out of it. So I will be switching back to raider once I get to maybe about B16 or B19. So what we're going to go over next is farms. Okay, making farms is a great way to get even farther progress quickly. All right, quicker, I should say. Now, what is a farm? You might be seeing other people talking about having farm accounts besides their main account. Now, what these farms are is essentially just new accounts, new games that you start that you also control. So if I go to the menu button right here, and I go to these three dots right there, and I go to account up here, and I go to switch account, I am 30. I have 4 farms at the moment. Now, these farms are very small. I have maybe a level 7 to a level 12 at the moment. But what these are is these are just new games that you start. New games that you start and you upkeep until maybe about base 15. Some people stop at base 13, and some people even progress to base 19 or 22, or hell, even 25. So in order to start a new farm, what you would do is just go to those 3 dots, click account, and then start a new game. And it's going to basically tell you that you're going to start and create a new base. So what that does is that your progress is completely saved up in here, but you're starting a new game, and you will be able to switch back and forth like you can see from my other accounts. And what this does is this allows you to have resources at your ready, at your command, in order to basically, all you got to do is attack your farms and you get those resources, and that gives you extra resources to progress and produce. Because the problem is, what the older the state gets, the more peaceful it's going to get. So you're not going to really be able to attack other bases. Yes, this is a war game, but this is a war game with other states, not your own state. You need to keep that in mind. So what you need to focus on is making as many farms as you see fit as your gameplay allows. Because some people, don't even want to have extra accounts. Their progress is going to be a lot slower. That's just facts the way it is, unless you just go around attacking everybody and anybody, and then everybody hates you and you become a pirate, and you don't want that on your conscience, right? So it will behoove you to create farms as early as possible, and you can have up to 9, 10, 15, 30 farms as you want. There's bots that make those. There's computer programs you can pay for in order to have those, or you can make them yourself and keep track of them yourself. I will also be making a video on how to make farms and what's the best way to do that. So what I want to go over next is your APC. So when you're starting out, you have a couple APCs. The farther you get down in this game, you're going to have 4, almost 5 APCs available. One of them is just going to be a gathering only. That's going to be a lot later in the game. Don't really worry about that one too much. But this APC that you really want to focus on is your class APC. So what we say is, what I got from another influential person that I learned tons from, is 1 APC strong. All right, meaning that you want one big, strong APC, powerful APC, rather than 3 or 4 mediocre, weak APCs. So why you want that to happen is if your main attack APC should be your class APC. This is the one that's going to have the best buffs for attacking your raiders out there, that you're going to want to focus on this one. All the heroes that you put into this APC, once this gets fully unlocked, I want to max these out as fast as possible. I want to max the class APC barracks out as quickly as possible. Get that as high as I can to hold more troops in this APC. So I really want to focus on getting this, as put all my wisdom medals in here, and then I can, subsequently put hero medals and get all these other ones up, as I see fit, because Doomsday is going to be coming, and you're going to need all the firepower you can get, and all the APCs you're going to need super high durability. So all your APCs are going to need to be somewhat beneficial and helpful to you, but as far as the attacking, the sieging, the KE APC, you really want to focus on the class APC. So next one, last tip is research 24/7 research. Okay, and it starts right here in the Institute. If you go to your Institute and you go to details and you go to more info, right now I'm researching at an extra 40% from, base level 1 or research facility 1. But the higher you progress, the higher you get this institute, the faster it's going to be able to research. And all the way to 100% by level 21, I mean, come on, double the speed, you're going to need that. When you're starting out, you want to, pretty much the entire time, you want to be researching 24/7. If you go to this little, research bottle right here, right now I'm working on my class APC. I want to get this maxed out to 100%, and then I will start working on these other ones as I see fit, as resources allow and whatnot, and what my needs are at the moment. So once my base level gets higher, I'm going to open up more blocks to be able, sections to be able to research. Once Clash of Zones starts, I'm going to see other blocks for, zone conflict, zone commemoration, which is the most important tech that you can research. So like I said, I want to make another video explaining the research, but just keep in mind, you want to be researching 24/7. Get that base development up first as fast as possible, all the way up to 50%. That way your cash income is 30% more than what it could be, and all your resources are 30% more. Once this gets to 50%, move on to your class APC and get this maxed out, and then you can move on to others. Now, right now, if you can see at the bottom, it's got a different queue. Now I can put another tech in here. I can add to queue, and right now that will be ready to go once it's waiting right here. Once this shooter resistance is done, this fighter resistance is going to start, and that'll be waiting and ready. So you can see this other queue. This requires a level 14, as you can see, level 14 institute to unlock this. So that's why I need to get this institute up to level 14. So I'm going to start that upgrade right now. I want to get that. That way I have 2 queues going. That way I can go to sleep peacefully and know that while I'm sleeping, stuff is going to continue to keep going. That way there's no break in my research. So on that, I think that wraps it up, guys. Like I said, this is just 12 of them. I want to make more videos to show everything in detail. Please be patient. This is still, fresh to me. If any of you guys have anything that you want to add or comment on, please let me know in the comments, and so I can help everybody grow faster and quicker. I am in the Alliance SPA right now, and we are the #1 alliance, and I'm really enjoying that, to be honest. I can't wait for Clash of Zones. I can't wait for Doomsday. See what this alliance has to do. And so if you've learned anything whatsoever from this video, please comment, please like, please share in your Discord and Line apps. Anything that can help this channel out, that would be greatly appreciated. So until next video, I will see you guys soon.